Good afternoon and welcome to Green TV, Patt Foundation. I'm Gail Acaster and I'm joined here each week by Andy Steele, and he's going to give you an update on what's been happening in the world of Green TV and what's going on in the future. So Andy, hello, how are you? How are you feeling?
It's a bit warmer.
It is a bit warmer today, isn't it? Apparently it's going to be even warmer tomorrow, so I'm quite looking forward to that.
Got the rain, Gail, to be honest with you. Rain's good for trees. It's just not good, it's not good to get outside.
Yes, and I do remember you saying the skin's waterproof, isn't it? That's the term, isn't it? So Saturday was out litter picking in the community. So tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, we're part of the Friends of Alderman Eastshaw in Hull. So the team had asked if we could go along and help them out litter picking. And I think you saw from the pictures, 12 bags of litter, whole community spirit and getting people out socially distanced, planting trees. And it just, for me, goes to show the community spirit that's there. You know, you saw some of the things that were going on the park, so it was just great to get involved and get our veterans team out there.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we had Ross out, didn't we? Obviously, Ross, our resident trooper with the Green Task Force, and he actually brought his kids along. So I know he's got a little daughter who's 5, and she was there with a litter picking and actually telling people off if they dropped litter. So that was really good.
Anna and Jess and his lad Ross. So no, it was good to get everybody out.
Yeah, it was really, really good, and everybody enjoyed it. And I know that it's helped with the park, and they've done some previous work sort of at the park. So how many bags again was it? It
was 12 bags of rubbish, but we previously planted 500 trees on the hills at the back of the park. And then one of the unfortunate things is when you put tree protection in, it becomes a beacon for antisocial behaviour. So a lot of those trees, the kids have gone on the park and picked them up and thrown them. Right. A, that's just littering, you know, they needed to go and collect them. But B, the undergrowth then drowns out the new saplings. So a lot of the trees will have died because of that. Which
that's disappointing. That's disappointing, isn't it? I'm hoping with the message and that we'll keep ploughing out there and that things will change in the future. That would be a nice thought. And certainly, obviously, with Ross, with his kids, he'll change his kids' mindset, and hopefully it'll have a counter effect.
It's a bit about education as well, though, Gail. I was at another school this morning in Hull and looking at trees we can plant there, and the important part is to get the children involved in the project, and then they've got a sense of ownership, and that's that's a lesson to learn from the park, to be honest with you. We didn't do that. We just went along and the Lord Mayor of Hull came along to help us plant on that project. So, you know, we've learned community engagement and make sure we include the kids from the area in the project, and then they feel part of it.
No, and especially with the whole COVID pandemic, everybody's really appreciated outdoors and being outdoors. So it's about respecting the environment, isn't it? Respecting nature, and it will look after us.
There's a lot more tree planting coming up. I mean, that's one of the things that I've been working on at the moment, is all of the new projects that we've got lined up for the next planting season, because we're coming to the end of this one.
Brilliant. So is that going to be locally or a bit further afield?
All over.
Further afield, pardon the
Well, we've got projects in Yorkshire. I'm trying to focus on schools in Hull at the moment. We've got 5 schools in Hull. Then there's projects expanding out in North Yorkshire and the North East. You know, from the discussions we had with Andy Preston, the Mayor of Middlesbrough, he's really keen to get more trees in the ground, and he's already offered us 3 sites to work on, which is fantastic. And Andy is very competitive, so he was asking me how many trees they're going to plant in York, and Middlesbrough wants to plant a lot more, so that's really good.
Tree wars.
Yeah, no, it's positive, isn't it? And then obviously down in South Wales, we've started our first carbon project, so carbon forestry project, just outside of Swansea. So we're putting the wheels in motion. The land is now secure, I understand, and we've got to now put the project together for them. So it's great.
Oh wow, that's great news. So, which obviously impacts the environment. So winner. I was going to say you're branching out, but that sounds so cheesy. So I've said it now. I can't not be cheesy when I'm wearing the Green Task Force headband, can I? So
yeah, what is it? WWF wrestling today?
Wrestler? No, I think more more like an 80s rocker, I think, maybe like
John
David Lee Roth.
Jovi type thing.
For our younger viewers, you probably don't know who that is. So moving back to Green TV, but on a serious note, actually, whilst we was litter picking with the guys, the Green Task Force guys, there was a homeless man there, so taking obviously shelter in the park. So, which, you know, it's sad to see. I mean, he wasn't doing any harm. You know, it's a victim of circumstance. But I think you and the guys, you and I think it's Brad and Ross actually went over and had a speak with him and talked to him more, you know, about his experience. So tell me about that.
Yeah, that's a sad element that we do see in every city, really. There's people homeless. I think 10% of all veterans
Yes.
in a position of being homeless, which is a real shame. And Ross will explain, he's been in that situation, so he understands where they're coming from. So our veterans team have been, I won't say trained, they're not, but they've had the lived experience. So they're able to speak to the guy, Terry, and talk to him about what the situation was, and also signpost him and direct him to where he can get some help. The guys filled up his flask with hot coffee, went to Coupland's and bought him some pasties, and then such is the community spirit. While we're on the park, we were talking to one of the other, the head of the football group, and he went home and brought a tent back. You know, it's just like, it's that sort of community spirit that needs bringing back across society. We tend to have lost it, where you don't talk to your neighbour as much and nobody knows their neighbour as such. So the park is a real good place for that community and that sense of community and bringing the community spirit back. So it was really good to see, and the friends of the park just gave our guys a really good chuck up on what they'd been doing. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. I think if every community and everybody gets involved and works together, that's how things make a difference and change, isn't it? It's about, you know, oh, that's a nice story to hear. So what's on the agenda for the next week then, before our update? Obviously, we've got the Easter break, so hopefully everyone will be taking a well-earned break. What's on the horizon over the next week?
We're getting to the end of the tree planting season, so now we're starting to gear up on projects for the summer. And the main thing is we're getting our guys trained in Japanese knotweed removal. That's one of the things to look at, because it's a massive problem. We're also looking at dry stone walling, because Yorkshire Wildlife need a lot of that doing out in the area, in the region. So both of them are opportunities for long-term work, where we can get outside amongst nature doing something that's beneficial. Had a really good chat with Paul Coulson from the Institute of Fisheries and Management as well. He's also the chair of the East Riding Rivers Trust. So discussions with those guys about how Pat and the Green Task Force can help. There's a Trees for Water project that's been put out by the Woodland Trust, so we're collaborating on that. They need some assistance on invasive species removal, and also there's other discussions on how we can help with our Royal Engineer guys that on dam building. So bodes well. And
very good.
The amazing thing is, Paul's whilst he's got a national role, he's actually from Hull, so he's keen to support us in this area.
Small world. That's really good news.
And he's connecting us then with the team in Cardiff. So our guys down in Cardiff will be, or soon be, talking to the South Wales Rivers Trust and seeing how they can get involved and help down there.
Oh, brilliant. Well, great works. I mean, it's actually progressed so much during COVID, when I know a lot of activity and productivity has been down, and the Green Task Force have thrived and really come out of it, well, obviously doing great. So when we come out of COVID and we have these restrictions lifted, there'll be no stopping you guys. It'll be really good. We're going to round it up there, I think, because I think we're approaching the 10 minutes mark, which I think is even more than last week. But if there's any other business that you'd like to say, I'm going to wrap the show up, if that's okay with you.
No, we need to be outside. It's sunny now.
Perfect. So thanks ever so much for everybody tuning in. We've had a great week, and we'll join us next week as well for some more updates. And in the meantime, look after yourselves. Bye from me, Gail Acaster.
See you later.
Bye from Andy Steele. Bye for now.